Hello, YouTube. Yes, I know I've got a dirty desk. Look at this mess. This is what DIY audio gets you. I mean, like, seriously, look at this mess. This is a culmination of, like, a week and testing. I mean, anyways, we're looking at this today. This is my newest addition to the audio Bluetooth box family. I'm proud of this box. Everything is strategically laid out. Cut, rounded, smoothed, mostly rounded. I didn't paint it yet, but it is beautiful. Look at that. Look at that. Look at the screws. Passive radiators. They kind of do their little thing. You know, you could boop, boop-a-doo, push them in. These are really heavy little speakers. These things come with magnets as round as the speaker and thicker than the wood. They were like 3/4 of an inch thick. Like they say 3 watts, definitely guaranteed they're like 12 watts because all my 3-watt amps absolutely refused to work with this. This 3-watt Bluetooth amplifier didn't work with it. This PAM amplifier, you know, which sounds really good most of the time, this little bugger couldn't keep up with it. It just shut off like half volume. And, you know, that sucked. So I tried some other things. And I ended up going with a different amplifier I had, which is like 15 watts. And I do have some others here. I suppose we could take a look really quick here. My box of assortments. This one sucks. This is rated at like, I think it's like 15 or 30 watts. This is a lie. This thing sucks. It sounds like crap. It distorts. This is a bullshit amplifier. If you see this on AliExpress, don't buy it. Okay. And then, well, that's just a Bluetooth. This is what's in those little cars. This is what I put in my previous Bluetooth boxes to make them Bluetooth. But it's just, it's mono. It works. It just doesn't sound good. This I haven't used yet. I didn't have a heat sink, so I can't use it yet. But, and then this one. This was in another project. This thing's rated at 30 watts. Okay, let's cross-examine something here. Okay, so this is 30 watts, right? This is 3 watts. This is 3 watts. This was, you know, I'll say it's at least 15 watts, okay? And this right here, this is a chip amp. Okay, now notice how thick this chip is. Okay, so this is a 30 watt by 2 amplifier. Okay, this is labeled as a 30 watt by 2. Who can call bullshit? Okay, this thing sucks. This is in several YouTube videos. Let's just throw this in the garbage. I mean, I will, but it's what I'm keeping it as like a trophy of what not to buy. So we'll throw some of this stuff in here because I don't need to play with it right at the moment. And we're here for a Bluetooth box. So, also, don't buy these. These are way too tiny. This is what happens when you don't measure things on the website. Then you come out with really tiny speakers. I mean, like for real, they sound okay for little tiny speakers, but let's get real. What are we going to make out of that? Okay, so let's open this beast up. Everyone wants to see what we got going on here, so I'm going to try to do this with, you know, while the camera's rolling, because I know there are those of you that enjoy this screwing action. So we're just going to screw for a few minutes here, you know, like we're getting there. Do. You can skip forward if you want to. You know, I wouldn't want to skip screwing. I mean, I don't know about you. We're almost ready. If we could fit the screwdriver in the screw head, we could definitely get some screwing action. Okay, so one more, 2 left. Rounding the corner, guys. We just collected $200 at that corner. Last screw. All right, so there we go. Ooh, check it out. So this is what we came up with. So in here, let's take this stuff out. We've got, them are huge. Look at the magnets on them beasts. 3 watts, yeah, right. Like 12 watts. And there's my 18650 battery that I like. It's a Litocala. It is not the rebranded brown ones. It's wrapped Panasonics. These things, I can run this thing for like 6 hours and it drops like 0.04 volts. It's just retarded. And our board, you know, this was fun. So this is our Bluetooth 5 modules. Let me see if I got a loose one laying around here, which I don't. So we'll come over here, look at this. This is what this is. And then I also have a DC to DC 1 watt 5 volt converter. If you're all wondering, this is also a 5 volt converter. This takes 12 volts and converts it to 5 straight up. Really handy. So this is the amplifier that you see online. It doesn't come with this capacitor. I put this is over the top of it, connected to the power leads. So you can kind of see, this is 15 watts by 2. And even it was cutting out with those speakers. It was ridiculous. So, and then here we have one of these things on the bottom. This is what's on the bottom. Here's our little charger. It's stacked on top. So that's what that is, right? And then on top of here, this is a what is it? A 1500 UF 10 volt capacitor. So that takes the battery coming in and it fills it up with charge so that it doesn't run out of power when the buck converter here draws the power, because it would cause dips in it. They're like almost a full volt it would drop and then it would shut off. So I was like, well, we fixed it with that. And then this little amp, this is a 35 volt Nissan capacitor. And do I have one laying around? So that's one of these little guys right here. And that provides this amp with enough power. I can actually crank my volume all the way up without it distorting. And that worked really good. But this thing, this was the key to all of this. You know, so there's the charging input and there's this little tiny switch. But this little DC to DC converter, this thing, let me see where my bag of these went. Oh, here we go. These things. These are great for canceling out noise. And you just connect them. They pass 1 watt 5 volts through it. That's more than enough to power almost any of your little Bluetooths. And yeah, I mean, it worked great. It cleared the signal up. This thing gets so loud that it's almost too loud for the apartment. And I'll try to put, I'll take some sound clips of it, playing some various songs, you know, like usual. Try not to hit any copyrights, but I mean, that's basically it. This is by far the best box that I've built. It is heavier. It feels like it's 1.5 pounds, maybe 2 pounds, but those speakers they're huge for 1.5 inch speakers. Them things are huge. They even got big surrounds. So I was really shocked at what it turned out like and how clear it was. So, I mean, that kind of wraps up that. It wasn't, you know, too much of a build. Took some time to get the box and everything rounded out and stuff, and I routed it and whatnot, and had to change the board out. I had one of these go bad. After I get it together, I test it to find out that it doesn't charge, so I had to undo it all. Oh, I guess I could show you that too. When I did get done with this, I dipped, like all your components, you can see that these are black. I painted them with liquid black tape. This right here is your friend. You just paint over all your connections, and that way you can't short stuff out. So like, for instance, this is going to be going, this is a 12 volt battery pack. This is going to be powering this box, which I'll be doing a video on next. Just a quick heads up, this is like, I used 3/8 flooring, cut it to spec, so it's got 2 square ports, which comes, it's got about, you know, like 2.5 cups, 3 cups of airspace per side, and it's separated. But, yeah, so anyways, you can use that stuff on, you know, like cover up ends like this so it's not exposed. So when you have a bunch of wires throughout all this that doesn't all short and touch, you never really see anyone going through all these videos, you know, showing all this work they do. You know what? This took me like an hour to make. You wouldn't think so, but like, you don't want to burn things up and you want to glue it right and make it looks like a bomb. But, you know, this stuff doesn't go as fast as they always show it online. They show this classy music, let's build the wood. Look, you all know how to do woodworking. Glue this shit together and, you know, then let's move on to electronics, and there's a lot of trial and error. And then you get a table that looks like this. Then you get failed experiments like this where you burn up the board. This was going to be really cool. but the little board burnt out on it, so only one side works. I could replace it, but you know, at a future time. But this is what building a Bluetooth box should look like. Not a clean surface where nothing happens. So, but anyways, that's just me. So there's my newest box, guys. I hope you like it. And here I'll cut to what it sounds like, and maybe this will inspire you to build a new one. And leave any questions in the comments, and I will get them answered as they come in. So, cheers.